So, it's been a manic Monday. I wanted to pop on because there's like a lot of things that have been like really heavy on my heart today, and I think that it's, you know, a lot of times the only way that you can move forward is if you really take a step back and see how far you have come. And I don't think I've ever said this online, but uh, I have mild PTSD and an attachment disorder. And so um, there's times where a situation can be happening, someone's talking to me, and instead of replying, I'm reacting. And if you know any psychological lingo, then you know the difference. But like 98% of people have experienced trauma, a range of trauma, at least a mild trauma. A death in the family can be considered a trauma. Everyone has personal shit that's heavy and hard. But I've come a really long way, and today it started this morning, and I noticed that there was remnants of a false belief of myself and others in my life that I love. And I was noticing that every single time my husband behaved a specific way, I would like automatically, not voluntarily, automatically pull away from him. And like we joke about it or whatever, but I started thinking about it. I was like, that's really fucked up. What is that about? And so I journaled about it this morning, and that's when I realized that that's a remnant of my past. That is a remnant of a trauma. That's how I survived a trauma. And you're essentially like rewiring your brain, and it takes a lot of effort, and it takes a lot of energy. And today I was trying to tell myself, okay, this is happening, I can see it, but this does not define who I am. I am not the trauma that has happened to me in my past. I am not defined by that. I define who I am. And I feel like the best definition of a person is we're defined not entirely defined by what we do, but what we do when we realize what we have been doing. So now that I see that this traumatic response that happens, what am I going to do now? What am I going to do to uproot this shit, to get it out, to change it, and to plant something healthy and loving? What am I going to do now? And so I did the things that my therapist has taught me to do. And normally they really, really help. But I was short on time. And so they didn't really help as much as they normally do. And so then later, like right after all this, I see basically a fraction of a traumatic response in my son. And it happened so easily, like I bought him 3 jackets and we're trying to get ready to leave. and he has no jacket. And he says, Mom, where's my jacket? And I say, where's your jacket? Like, it's your jacket. Where is it? Like, I got you 3. And instantly it turned into like this huge thing. And during the whole thing, I'm hearing him talk and seeing myself, and I say, so what you're saying is you're terrified of failing. And he said, yeah. I don't want to fail you. I don't want to fail my teacher. And I can't remember all these things that I'm supposed to remember. And I'm just not good at being responsible. And like, he's in 5th grade. And like, he's telling me all this stuff. And I'm like, where is this coming from? And while he's talking, my heart is just breaking. And I'm just like, holy fuck. He learned this shit from me. He learned it. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, it freaked me out. Like, really upset me. And I felt like really guilty and ashamed. And I felt like I was never going to get out of the trauma that I have experienced, because here it is in my son. And I tried to make a video and it wasn't working very well. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this. You know what? I am not my trauma. I have come so fucking far. I used to not even be able to believe my husband when he told me that he loved me. Like, he would tell me and I was like, yeah, like, I would, and then I got to the point where like I would fake it and I'd be like, yeah, I know. But I didn't know. And so everything he did and everything he said, I questioned all of it and was just so like, oh, you're gonna do this or you're gonna do that, or I didn't trust him. I didn't believe a single word he said. I had no idea why he even loved me, or why he saw worth in me, or why I was valuable to him. Like, why would he care? I had no idea why. Or that, I even deserved it. Like, how is this even possible? There's no way this is even a real thing. Too good to be true. So what's your problem? That sort of thing. And yet here we are, and we've been together for 7 years, and we have come so far. And it wasn't easy. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of energy. It was a lot of like pushing through shit, like lies and things that were like pushing me down, to where like I felt like I had to be a certain way, or talk a certain way, or dress a certain way, or just, I couldn't just be me. I felt like I had to perform all the time. And somehow we got through it. But I literally had to rewire how I thought. And we have seen a lot of growth and a lot of breakthrough. And this is just another area that we will see a breakthrough. And my son is young. He's 11. I'm pretty sure I was showing signs at that age. And, I didn't get help until about 4 or 5 years ago. So I was like 28, I think. 28 when I first saw a therapist, and my son is seeing a therapist now. So I mean, like, we're making progress, and I'm saying all these things to remind myself that yes, it's hard, yes, it's heavy, but you can do this. You can do this. You can get through it, and only you, go look in the mirror. Only you define who you are, and you have the power to decide who's in your life and what your life is going to consist of. You have the power. If shit's going on that you don't like and it's fucked up, you have the power to say no and walk away. Is it going to be easy? Nope. But you do have the power to make that choice. You do. So, for all my babes out there who have been through hell and back and still have days where shit is hard and heavy and creeps up from our past and it makes us feel like it still has a hold of us. For all of you babes, we got this. We got this. It didn't get us down before. It's not going to get us down now. Just going to keep growing, keep learning, and keep going. Heads up high.